This is the Slayer Overdrive mode explained. I will discuss what this Overdrive mode is and how to unlock it. Personally, one of my favorite Overdrive modes in the game is when it comes down to defeating multiple enemies. And we're going to show you just how enjoyable this mode can really be. What's good, fam? Welcome back to the retro era where we keep it retro around here. Final Fantasy X is a great RPG game, and when it comes down to its mechanics, it is all about strategy and planning. So let's go into the Slayer Overdrive set mode and see just how fun it is. This Overdrive mode is all about slaying enemies. Every time you defeat an enemy, you will gain 20% of your Overdrive gauge. So think about it. Imagine you are facing multiple enemies, let's just say 3 of them for an example, and you defeat all 3, you will gain a 60% increase to your Overdrive gauge. Now it doesn't matter the type of damage you dish out, whether it's a physical attack, elemental, or status attack. If you defeat that enemy, you will gain Overdrive. For example, Kimahri's Stone Breath attack, Lulu using Ultima, Riku using a grenade attack. It doesn't matter. However, there are some flaws to this Overdrive mode. Aeons do not generate Overdrive under the Slayer mode because Aeons are its own character. That means Yuna must deal damage on her own. Also, letting enemies die under a status effect doesn't generate Overdrive. So if an enemy is poisoned, for an example, and dies from it, it doesn't work. However, if petrified, it will generate Overdrive because it is a direct attack that instantly killed them. So understanding that dealing damage by killing them would generate that 20% Overdrive gauge. Now that you know what Slayer mode is, let's get into how to unlock it. To unlock Slayer mode, you need to defeat a set number of enemies for each character. So grinding is important, y'all. I know some people out there don't like to do it, but you gotta do it if you want to learn this mode. So here's the rundown. Titus needs to defeat 100 enemies. Yuna needs to defeat 110 enemies. Wakka needs to defeat 90 enemies. Lulu needs to defeat 130 enemies. Kimahri needs to defeat 120 enemies. Auron needs to defeat 80 enemies. Last but not least, Riku. She needs to defeat 100 enemies. Now take this into consideration of which character you want to unlock this mode with first. There are easy ways to unlock this mode for these characters. You can do this at the very beginning of the game with Titus and Auron. You can also use petrified grenades on enemies, customize your weapon with Death Strike. Naturally, you will learn this mode as you progress in the game. But in my humble opinion, using petrified grenades is the fastest way to learn this mode with Riku and Kimahri, if you take Kimahri into Riku's Sphere Grid. Now let's check out some clips of characters using this Slayer Overdrive set mode in action. These characters will be using celestial weapons which have triple Overdrive on it, which also boosts my Overdrive gauge 3 times the amount. Let's see just how good this Overdrive mode can be and whether you like it to use it or not. Now that you know what Slayer mode is and how to unlock it, get out there and start slaying. This game can get really creative if you take your time and experiment with these Overdrive modes. I hope this video explained to you what Slayer mode is all about. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you find this video helpful. There are more Overdrive modes on the channel. If you want to see more, check out this playlist and other additional content on the channel. This is Retro, and I'm signing out. Peace.